Morning YouTube, it's Friday the 20th. Yeah, I think it's Friday. It just said on the weather that I just read clear today. I don't see any signs of sun. It's nothing but cloudy. So I don't know where they come up with this. It was supposed to be clear for the rest of the week. Not exactly warm, but not cloudy, clear. Oh well. I gotta take the dog out this morning, so I'm going to feed him now. And then I'll take him out. My one neighbor called me, asked me to do something at one of their houses, so I'm gonna go do that quick. I haven't ordered parts yet for this truck because I'm trying to figure out exactly what's wrong with it. If you look at the amp meter there, or the voltmeter, it's not really rising up. It doesn't want to go above 14, no matter whether the battery's dead and I'm flooring it or not, giving it a lot of gas. It just doesn't want to move. So that tells me that the amp meter, or the alternator, is having some trouble. So it may not be the battery. The battery's just dying out because there's nothing charging it. But I'm not positive. It could be the alternator, it could be that. But the one thing is that the plow turns itself to the right, just as you see. Let me back up here a second. You can see the orange guide things. This one's way out front there, and this one's close in. Now this is all right to plow, and I have the battery disconnected from the plow, but the battery still goes dead at night. And you can see even with the heat on and everything, it's barely charging past 14, and it usually goes higher than that when you're, when you have a dead battery, or when you even use the generator, the plow. So I have a suspicion that because the plow locked itself to the on position, and I didn't notice it for maybe a half an hour, because I just, sometimes plows act funny because it might something be frozen in there, or semi-frozen, or whatever. But anyway, I think what happened was the plow burned out the alternator and the battery got burned out because the battery was drawn so low in juice, and now we have the plow. So what I'm going to do is probably replace the alternator first. Just check and see if the battery charges. If the battery charges good, I'm going to not replace the battery. But this is the game I got to play here until I find out what's exactly wrong. But this morning when I came out again, it was totally charged, but I had the charger on all night. If I leave the charger off of it, the battery goes dead. So I'm going to go do some plowing with this thing today, because we had gotten another inch of snow last night, or not last night, the night before last we got 2 inches, the night before that we got 3 inches. I plowed 3, but there's 2 up on my neighbors that I'm going to just run over, so that's what I'm going to head on doing. So even, like I say, without the battery being, without the plow being attached to the battery, I don't need to lift the plow up or down just to get from here to my neighbors. All I really need to do is just plow. And I can keep it plowed to one side, and it stays to that side. So that's where I'm at the moment. It's only a matter of, if it wasn't Christmas time, I'd already buy all this stuff. But I never know what Sally may say to me about wanting money. And I don't like spending money foolishly. So I'm just going to wait until she is done with shopping and doing whatever she wants to do, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do. This morning when I took the dog out, there were a lot of fox tracks. It seems like a fox was really hungry last night, running all over the place. There were also deer tracks and deer over by my bird feeder before I went to bed last night, which I was really glad to see that. you another thing. If the weather wasn't so gosh darn cold, I would probably have all these parts already. I just get tired in this cold weather. See, right now there's no way for me to lift the plow up, so, and there's not much being drugged back. It's just a small amount. I just want to try and clean the driveway up here as best I can. This is where we were this morning. I went up here to my neighbor's house just to do him a favor, and that was okay. So now I want to just plow up here. Tracks on the right there that you're seeing are from the dog, but he's also kind of like lapped with some fox tracks that actually went all the way up the middle of the road here pretty much. Here you can see the fox tracks. They're sort of like a straight line. That's how you can tell that they're fox. I'm going to bring the plow back up. There it goes. Yeah, my wife went out shopping again today. I mean, I don't care how much she's shopping she does. I don't care what she buys. This is the time of the year that we do this, and I don't really watch it very closely, although she's, you know, been so good at preserving and saving and watching the money that I don't really have to worry about her. But sometimes she gets a little excited when things are tight or close to the amount of money she has with her, so I just talk to her. She'll be alright. Now it's starting to get nice and sunny, that's for sure. It took a minute or two to just go back and forth a couple of times, and I'm just gonna go down along here and that'll be it. I don't mind plowing. I actually like plowing, especially when it's not for somebody who's in a great big hurry to do a 10 miles of road. So I'm just enjoying being outside or looking for deer, looking for grouse, whatever's out here. One of the things about plowing that a lot of people don't understand Like, this guy here, what he was doing in the beginning when I first met him, he would pay me $50 to plow his driveway. And, you know, he didn't have the money to get it plowed when you get 15 snows or whatever in the wintertime. So, he would be trying to do me favors or give me things or whatever. And like I say, he's 82 years old. All right, I'll deal with that for one person. But when you get other neighbors who, you know, you go and plow their driveway, whatever length they are, and they want to give you a 5-gallon can of gas, that's not fair. It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to the truck for certain. Because little things that break, I mean, just look at it like this. If I need an alternator, you're looking at $100. If I need a battery, you're looking at close to $100. If I need the coil and the coil's valve, you're looking at another $120. That's $320, and most of my plowing that I do is not for myself. That's the thing that really gets you. So, you know, that doesn't cover the expense. So the expense that I have is my own, and usually what I use the money for that somebody may give me, and it's very slim, believe me, is for gas. Now, I don't need to have this. This is not like I can't afford to do it, because I can. But that's not the point. It's my money that I'm using to do it, and the other people are just, you know, sort of like abusing that to a degree. So, like this guy that I plowed here before, used to plow this driveway. I'm not plowing it anymore, because the guy would pay me a year after I plowed it. And he's in business. He knows the time value of money. I certainly do. And I can tell you exactly to the penny how much money I lose waiting a year to get paid. You may not think it's an important thing, but if you know any really understand money, you'll understand just how much that is. So I don't go for that, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I'll still do people some favors, but you know, when they wait till they're ready for their own things that they need to do you a favor, I'm not up on that. I don't like that. This old guy, he'll do me favors when I least expect it, but he's the only one. Other people wait until they need something, then they want to do you a favor. I'm just going to try and push some of this over there. The problem with dragging this snow back is that when you drag it back, you sort of end up leaving a little pile. It's not big, it's just that, you know, if you're fussy, you still end up with the problem. So I'm just going to drive back here a little bit, far enough to knock this corner off of here, and that'll be it. As long as this side of the plow is beyond the plow line of the road, that should be good. You can see on the top of the kiln there where there was snow. It hadn't melted off yet, and it's about it's 58 in there. So I just knocked that off, and I can see that some of the frost is now, you know, coming off of the panel. So I'm gonna clean up here a little bit. I shoveled this. I want to clean the sawmill itself off because I want to run it today. I'm not going to do any cutting, regrettably, but I just want to run the sawmill so the battery gets charged. Make sure it stays charged. Well, the sawmill is running. It took about 4 tries, only because it did start each time, but it just shut off right away because of the choke having to be on a little bit. So it's warming up a little bit there. I just want to, you know, engage the blade with the arm so that I can run it. I gotta clean some of the snow out of here first. I'm just going to leave it run for about a half of an hour. That ought to charge the battery, because there's really nothing on the battery except for the starter. So I have the blade engaged. I'm just going to let it run, and I'll put it back in. I got to get this backhoe fixed so I can start putting logs on there. I'm starting to get itchy to do some cutting. Just to let you know now, it's only been about 10 minutes and the temperature in the kiln is 64 now. So it doesn't take long before it goes up once you got the sun hitting that thing. Well, I'm going to go over and check the kiln. I'm checking the freaking can't even think of the name of it. Oh my god, I must be losing my marbles. I'm checking the LT15. It seems like it's probably run out of gas, and that's okay too. I'll just check it and see. Yeah, it's run out of gas, and that's alright. I'm just gonna pull the arm down when I pull this back for the saw blade, and I'm gonna leave it sit. I have it shut off there, yeah. Okay. Okay, so that did a good job there. It's only been a half of an hour, and it was pretty low on gas. I see that the snow or some ice coming off the thing there, and it's almost it's 70 now in there, so that has raised up too with this nice bright sun that we're having now. So I guess they were right today about the weather. It just started off screwy. It is cold though, but that's the way things are. I don't know if I had mentioned it, my wife went shopping, and that leaves me alone here for a while. I'm just taking a break. I think I'm going to make, believe it or not, I'm going to make some cookies. I'm going to make some cookies that she normally doesn't make that I like out of oatmeal. So let's see what I can do with those. Last night we made some potato candy, the old-fashioned stuff. Now this is just a leftover, not leftovers, it's actually the ends that were not square, because when you cut it, if you square it up, when you cut it, you get nice even pieces. So we just kind of nibble on these as we go. There's only probably with 2 more on there. We really can't eat this stuff because of being diabetic, but 1 piece a day isn't going to hurt anything. So we made those, and we also made fudge. I'll show you. So we have 2 platters of this fudge like this. It's peanut butter chocolate fudge. Very, very good, very creamy. It's just holds its shape nice, very good, very tasty. But again, because we're diabetic, we have to stay away from this stuff. But if this lasts us a month, I'll be happy.
Onto the aluminum foil.
You know, I was thinking about it. I don't think Sally's ever made these, because ever since I had diabetes, I haven't really wanted any of these. The last time I ate these, I think, was probably when I was in school, pretty young. So I saw them the other day on a picture, and I figured I would make them because I really like these, and there's a lot of oats in them, so actually they're good for you. So they're made now, and I'm getting ready to do the dishes, but they're made, and I'm going to let them do whatever they do. I think they get hard, sort of, and then I'll eat one and I'll put the others on a nice dish for her. So they came out pretty good. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 6, 7, 18, 19, 20. I would say you could get 2 dozen out of here. Some of these are kind of big. Okay. Looks good to me. Okay, so here's the recipe for these things. Get yourself like a 2-quart pot, okay? And set the pot, don't put the pot on the stove yet, just set the pot like on a towel or something, whatever. In the pot, put a block of butter like this. This is a, what is this thing, 4 ounces of butter, yeah. So put 4 ounces of butter into the pot. Then in the pot put 2 cups of sugar, white sugar, okay? So 2 cups of sugar. Then put a half a cup of milk, and then put 4 tablespoons of chocolate. Now that chocolate I'm talking about is this stuff. Hershey's, we use special dark. I guess it doesn't matter, just so it's chocolate powder of some sort. Same thing with the milk, it doesn't matter whether you use skim or any kind of milk. But so again, 1 block of butter, 2 cups of sugar, white sugar, half a cup of milk, and 4 tablespoons of cocoa powder, the non-sweetened cocoa powder. And then you take that and you put that on the stove and you turn the heat on. And you stir that thing like medium heat. Stir that thing until the butter's gone. And then let it go for a second and let it get to the point where it's boiling in the middle and stuff. So once it starts to boil, set your timer for a minute and boil it for a minute. This is something to do with the temperature. I could tell you about making fudge, but it's a nightmare. But anyway, so boil it for 1 minute and you can stir it. And then after that minute is over, take it off the stove, put in 1/3 of a cup of peanut butter, okay, or a big dollop, tablespoon dollop of peanut butter. It depends on what you like, but that's what you should put in. And then you mix it all together in the pot. Then take 3 cups of oats, okay, so that's quick oats that I use like in a big round tub thing. So put 3 cups of those in there and stir it up really good. And after it's all stirred up and everything's mixed, then take a tablespoon and start dolloping it out onto the aluminum foil like this. I would say that something this size is better than something like that size. Is kind of big, this one's kind of thick. But you know what I mean, it doesn't really matter for me. I don't care, because it's going to take us a while to eat all this stuff. If we do eat it, we might even give some away. But the point is that you want to make, so you get 24 cookies. That's what you should get out of it. Okay, and I only have, I think, 22 there. So that's how you make these. And they seem to come out good. Now I'll let you know in a little bit as soon as they're done. They should sit for, I think, 20 minutes to a half of an hour before they get hard. And they get like a not a shiny look on them. That's when they're usually dry. Okay, so it's been around 20 minutes, I guess. So I'm gonna, you can see they're sort of hard. I mean, they're moist, but you know, they're like not soupy. Wow, that's as good as I remember 50 years ago. Wow. Not bad. So I'm gonna leave them sit on there a little bit longer yet. Nice and chewy. The oats are real chewy in there. And then I'm going to put them in another dish for. So guys, I know it's not the normal, but this is sometimes what happens here at the Frontier House. Have a good one. Oh, by the way, I just want to tell you one thing. Make sure you get the pot washed as fast as you can, because that stuff gets hard as a brick inside the pot for some reason. Probably because the pot is a little hot yet. So you want to wash it, get the cookies out right away, put them in the aluminum foil, and wash the pot as quick as you can. That's it. Have a good one.